do they have to save his life? This guy's putting his own, and is it all because of legal liability?
There would be legal liability, believe it or not. If he got injured, arguably he would have a claim against the city and the police department, Dr. Drew. And I agree with you, Odette. I think that these are felonies. He should be punished for this, and he absolutely needs this psychological evaluation because I think it's clear that he's mentally ill. If you just watch him on that tape, I think that's evidence right there. But that does not mean that this is going to be a not guilty by reason of insanity case for the simple fact that there was so much preparation that went into this. I mean, he drove from a different state. He got a hotel room. He bought equipment. He posted this video. And so I think while they will find that he has a mental illness, I do not think that they'll claim that he was not guilty by reason of insanity.
Again, just puts a fine point. Process was going on and he wanted to jump off the building, we would be treating it very seriously as well.
That's right. They still have to treat him a certain way. They can't purposely try to injure him because, like you said, they would then be facing lawsuits. But my question, and maybe Aaron can help shed light on this, is what was going on with Donald Trump's security? I mean, this was his residence. This is where his headquarters was. How in the world did this man even get that close to the building with all this equipment without anyone noticing or stopping him? I'm thinking that this is a pretty scary situation.
It just depends on
with it.
Excellent question. It just depends on where his...
Should have been checks and double checks. But Anahita, let's say you're defending the officer. I mean, there's a lot to defend here, too.
Well, there's a lot to defend. You have to look at it from two perspectives. There's civil liability and criminal liability. And I think clearly this is criminal negligence.
Criminal negligence?
Criminal negligence, because there's no way that gun should have had live
who's going to be held responsible
in it? And that's the issue. So we know he's likely going to be responsible for that. And then the issue is the department going to be liable? And if they had some knowledge or there's some evidence that the department knew that he was unfit, that he was reckless, that he was dangerous, as we're seeing, they did have at least some knowledge about his past, then they too can be held liable for this officer's actions.
Hold on. Randy, she wants to go for criminal negligence. It seems a little aggressive to me. And by the way, all I'm hearing is that...
So there's two issues, criminal liability and civil liability. And I can tell you that evidence of that police videotape with the dog, that's going to come in a civil lawsuit to show that this department had knowledge.
I get it. Civil, but you were going for criminal negligence.
Well, because I definitely think mistakes are mistakes, but there's a certain point in time when your actions become so reckless that it rises to the level of criminality.
All right.
I'm not saying it was intentional. I don't believe he tried to kill her, but it was reckless.
Udit, agreed or not? That.
I agree with you. I agree that every case turns on its own facts. I get that. But the reality is we can't deny that race and socioeconomic status do play a role in our criminal justice system. And the reality is African Americans are treated harsher than whites when it comes to penalties for similar crimes. We know wealthier people, they can hire better defense attorneys, better experts. They can lodge better defenses. That's just the reality. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily what happened here, but we can't discount those two factors, Dr.
But
these are similar.
I get it. I get the similar case. I know you've been bloodthirsty today, but even you, well, you wanted somebody to get criminal negligence.
Not him, though.
But this is negligence too. But it's not negligence that you have to have any kind of recklessness to commit.
I agree with you on that, and I agree with the fact that prosecutors have discretion. Just because they can criminally charge someone doesn't mean that they should. And part of that should be taking into account the wishes of the victim. And the mother of this child has made it clear that she believes this was an accident, and she does not want the baby's father charged with a crime, and I think that should be given weight in this case.
I think Tama's using the right word, Anahita. Isn't this supposed to be about justice, not about the ego of a DA?
Yes. That's right. That's right. And justice, when you have two similar cases, two similar facts, but they're being treated differently, you really have to question, is that justice? Is that how our system is supposed to work?
Tama, last thought.